Hey everybody, this is Candid at the movies. I'm Maxtan. I'm here today to do the movie Head of State. Head of State is streaming on Amazon Prime. This movie is starring John Cena, Idris Elba, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Jack Quaid. Synopsis of the story is two heads of state, the President of the United States and the Prime Minister in England, who are trying to develop a relationship and also save the world. So as you can tell, this isn't really a lot going on. In the terms of president and leadership being in trouble, this is probably one of the silliest movies I have ever seen. If you've seen Olympus Has Fallen, which is very, very serious, then you have White House Down, which is kind of silly. I thought was one of the silliest ones. This is super duper silly. This is outrageously silly. It doesn't take itself seriously, and it's just really crazy. John Cena, who is the president, plays a very, very silly role. He is a mixture of President Trump and President Obama. Don't ask me how he did it. He did it. Also, along with that, Idris Elba is playing it straight. This movie is very, with it being silly, it feels like, and I've said this numerous times, like there's a character that's happening and we are trying to build into it. We're trying to grow the character until we are either we enjoy it or we understand it. I don't know if we ever got there with John Cena. It feels like he was in a completely different movie and everybody else was in another movie. So we kind of got there at the end, but it wasn't the best. I appreciate the chemistry between John Cena, Idris Elba, and Mrs. Jonas. I felt like that came across the screen really, really, really well. I enjoyed Jack Quaid and his little drive-by. He was just pure fun. He was the comic relief. There is a lot of fun that happens with him. Things I didn't like the movie. It felt like we had a villain off. So we had multiple villains inside the movie of equal importance, and not really, but then it did. And I was very confused. I got lost a couple of times, and then both villains are very forgettable. This is a very meta movie where we do talk about real life stuff, which I was a little frustrated about, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then the movie kind of kept on going and kept on going. The movie's not long, it's only an hour and 44. There are moments where, since it is a streaming, you kind of lose track, you kind of get bored with it, and you start getting on your phone, you start playing. I felt like the action was really good across the board. There were some moments that there was some really good action, and there were some moments that you kind of got lost. There was an opportunity for each star to have a moment, including Jack Quaid, but action where they get to do something cool. You're like, ooh, boom, boom, pop, pop. This is amazing. Overall, I would give this movie a grade of a C-. This is a streaming movie that there ever was one. As I stated earlier, once you hear the boom, boom, pop, pops go, you can go back to your chores or wherever you're doing. Wait, keep your ears open. You'll hear some boom, boom, pop, pops again. There are some good laughters in it. I laughed a couple of times, but not enough. Now, it wasn't as bad as in some of the movies that Mitch sees, where he goes to sleep. Look right here, hit this little spot right here. If you want to see sleep at the movies, go watch the podcast. It's also, they did a really good job on it. Also look right here from some pop stars. Get some popcorn, y'all. That's when you want to watch these movies at home. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you've seen this movie. Once again, this is Maxtan at Candid the Movies. I'm out.